Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to day 3. I'm so excited again to be here with you. It's so funny because when I facilitate these types of programs, journeys, I am in it with you. And so much stuff comes up for me. And I talked to you about some things that happened to me 2 days ago. And then yesterday it was even more intense with some really big things in my life that are just a little bit too close to my heart right now to share in detail, but I had a really big roller coaster of a day with some unexpected, very sad news. And I did exactly what I had shared with you in the audio yesterday. I was very sad and I allowed myself to feel the feelings. I noticed myself going into the stories of the wrongness. Why is this happening? All of that. But it's really, I do it from an observer. I really do it from an observer now because I've been practicing this for so long. And so I'm sharing this with you because, again, you might not be going through this specifically today or this week or in this moment, but it's really helpful to know that as these things happen in life, it's a normal part of life. The way that we navigate it really determines what's on the other side of it. And it also determines, as we think about our intentions for this journey, but also just our deepest desires in life, it also determines how easily and quickly, if you will, they will come to us and that we can receive them. So as we go through the tough times, observing, observing what's happening and feeling the feelings. One of the things about emotions is that we haven't for a lot of us, haven't growing up been taught how to navigate them, how to be with them. And so we have a tendency to make them wrong when they're the discomfort, the uncomfortable emotions. We have a tendency to think there is something wrong when we're feeling sad, frustration, upset, anger, annoyance, all of those things. There's just, for some reason, that's just how we're wired or that's how we've been, taught to function. And so we go into a wrongness when we have things that happen and we have these feelings. And instead, the magic with the emotions is that I truly believe that we are here on this planet to experience the wide range of emotions. There's no wrongness in it. It is part of our experience. And so as we strengthen that observer within and we can begin to notice while we're going through something, also be noticing it, then we take back our power and we can choose how we lead ourselves through that. And so giving yourself the space to feel the emotions, even the uncomfortable ones, are here to serve us. They're here to be part of our journey, and there can be intelligence in them. So, one of the things that we do that really locks them in or kind of freezes us in place is that we create stories around it and make them wrong and tell ourselves stories about why this shouldn't be happening and all the things. And if we could just allow ourselves to feel it, allow ourselves to feel the sadness, allow it to move through us. Emotions are energy in motion. So if we can allow them to move through us, then they can release their intelligence to us, even if we're not consciously aware of the intelligence or the wisdom that's there. There is intelligence within them, and if we allow them to just do what they're meant to do without compounding and mucking them up with these stories, then they can move through us with ease and they can unleash their intelligence and wisdom within our body. So really having you consider that. Again, strengthening the observer, noticing when you're feeling the emotions, looking at the stories you might be telling around the emotions that don't feel good, and allowing yourself to find a way, find a practice to just be with the emotions. Okay, yesterday I was sad. I just allowed myself to feel sad. And within a couple of hours, there was a dramatic turn in events in a positive way. And that might have not happened. It could have remained a sad situation, but still, I can move to the other side of it quicker when I allow myself to experience the emotions. The same thing happens with the good emotions, but the stories are a little bit different. Often we tell ourselves stories if something really good happens, or I'm feeling really excited or happy about something, often what happens is we tell ourselves stories about how it's not going to last, or this must just be a coincidence, or, it's not going to happen again, or when is the other shoe going to drop? So again, we're not allowing ourselves to feel the emotion and just be in it and ride the emotion. We're compounding it with a story, and that story is distorting the energy of the emotion. I think that's a good way of saying it. There's a distortion that's happening. So I really invite you, as you're going through your day, as you're going through your week, to begin to observe what's happening, observing it in the sense of I'm moving on this journey towards my intentions, and life is presenting to me the raw material that is perfect for the journey to cultivate who I'm becoming, and to also observe any emotions and observe any stories that might be coming up for you or that might be a default. Our minds are very persistent. So when we have been operating and functioning with these stories for, decades for most of us, then it's very tough to find a new pathway for the mind. It really is persistent, and it requires persistence and dedication and devotion to begin to train the mind to go in a different direction. It's not complex, it's very simple, and there's a lot of tools and techniques. There's not only one path, but the magic is not in the tools and techniques. The magic is in the devotion and the commitment and the persistence. I also would like for you to really consider this concept that I've been talking about how we are moving on a journey to the new identity of you, the new version of you that can have, can hold, can receive, that has the capacity for what it is that you desire. And as we go on that journey of that new version, we're cultivating the new version of you. The old version tends to want to hang on because that's what your mind is comfortable with. So the version of you right now that isn't currently living your intentions, your desires, is going to lose its grip from your mind, and your mind will try to hold on to it. So anything that comes up um, about a fight about wanting to stick with your current identity, just begin to notice that it's holding on almost like a petulant child that doesn't want to let go of a toy. So think about it in that framework, and again, it's all about observing, because as we observe, we become more conscious, we claim back our power. I'm going to have you take another deep breath, just like we have in the previous days, doing a bit of a wave from your belly into your rib cage, into your chest, and out. And we'll do that 3 times. If you're able to close your eyes, please, inviting you to do that. If you're driving or doing something else, no worries, you can still breathe. So letting all of the air out of your lungs, and then inhaling into your belly, your rib cage, your upper chest, and exhaling. Inhaling into your belly, rib cage, upper chest, exhaling. Inhaling into your belly, rib cage, chest, exhaling. Inviting you in this moment to think about one intention that you have. If you have many, just think about one. Getting a sense of it, calling it to mind, and really thinking about that emotional component to it. What is it that you expect to experience emotionally when that intention, that desire is a reality? And once you have a sense of that emotion, inviting you to feel it, feel the emotion in your body. If this is a comfortable practice for you, then you'll know what I mean. If it's not something that you've done much before, really inviting you to leverage your imagination. Imagine what might that emotion feel like? What might it feel like? And maybe it's a mental exercise. And eventually, the idea is that we feel it in our body. What might that feel like? Whatever it is for you. Where do you feel it in your body? It might come and go. You might feel it for just a brief moment and then it slips away. You might be able to hold it. There's no meaning around that. If it tends to slip away, you just notice it. See if you can bring it back. Feeling the emotion in your body. What does that feel like? Where do you feel it in your body? And can you let it expand? Again, if it's slipping away, just bring it back. What is the emotion? How does it feel or how might it feel? How does it feel in your body? And seeing if you can deepen that feeling, expand that feeling. Allow it to move through your body. Just keep coming back to it if it slips away. We have the intention, we have the emotion, the feeling, and we activate it in our body. Letting it expand throughout your whole body, down to your toes, out to your fingers, up through the crown of your head, your back. You're feeling it all through your body, and now let it expand beyond your body. It's expanding beyond into the space that would be your aura, several feet beyond your physical body, out into your room. Holding it if you can, and again, if it slips away, just come back to it. And as you go through the rest of your day, imagining in this moment that that energy is prevalent throughout all your interactions, all your conversations, any exchange, any event, any activity, imagining that it's there. As you think about what's about to come for the rest of your day, imagining that energy is prevalent in your body, in your energy, and taking a deep breath. And as we come back to conversation and contemplation, inviting you to just continue holding that energy. We don't hold it like it's something solid. It's energy, so it's in movement, which is why it often will slip away, especially if it's not something that we're used to. But this is a practice of how we actually invite our intentions and our desires into our life. It's the energetic activation of it. We'll do more of this as you go through your day to day. Tap into that energy. Think about it. What is my intention? What's the emotion? What would it feel like? Can I feel it in my body? It can take a couple of minutes, doesn't have to take a long time. Thank you so much. I hope you have an incredible day. Always here to hear from you if there's anything that you would like to share, and I will talk to you tomorrow.